Okay, this demonstration, third year, is going to show you how to do the basic outline shape of your tunnocks tea cake. Now, you all have a colour picture of a tunnocks tea cake, and you all have a photocopy of a basic outline shape of the tunnock tea cake, which has all the guidelines, etc. on it, so that it shows you how to make a basic outline shape and get it in proportion, etc. So, this is going to show you how to make a start. Now, you've got your square bit of paper. You can, if you want, do your lines freehand, or if you sit this photocopy here of the template next to you, then you can judge where the horizontal lines and the vertical line is going. Now, the vertical line is going to go down the middle. This makes your tunnock tea cake symmetrical. So if I take the line up here, then that's where my line is going to go. So I start with a line down the middle. Now, I'm drawing heavily so that you can see what it is that I'm doing, but you want to draw lightly because the guidelines that I'm doing at the moment, those are going to be rubbed out, okay? So we also have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 horizontal lines. So again, you can line your paper up if you want to get it accurate, and then draw your horizontal line across. Next one, horizontal line across, and then your third one. Again, I'm drawing heavily so you can see, but you want to draw lightly and cross. So that's us got our guidelines. What we're then going to do is we're going to draw the ellipse for this top bit here. So that's the first ellipse. Then the second ellipse, which is here. Then the third ellipse, and then the fourth ellipse, okay? And the ellipse is basically a half circle, okay? So, now you can see that this one is not as big, obviously, as this one here. Now, you can, if you want, use your finger and thumb to measure it. If you've got a ruler with you, you can use a ruler. So, that's about there, and it'll be the same on the other side. So, that's there. So, I'm going to draw what would be my first ellipse, and I'm going to do the back bit as well, even though I can't really see that on the drawing or on the photocopy. I'm going to draw that in, okay? I've got that. The next one is going to be this ellipse here, okay? So that comes out a wee bit further. So again, I could use my finger and my thumb to measure it on here, or I can judge it myself. So it's there now, because it's symmetrical, it'll be the same on the other side. So it's there. So then I'm going to do my ellipse for the bottom of this red bit here. So here we go. That's it. And then I'm going to do the one for here. Now, it's a bit wider, it's much wider. So I can use my finger and thumb again. Here we go. It goes about to there. Then to there, and I do that one, and it comes right down, right round, like that. And then I'm going to do the bottom one. Again, I can use my finger and my thumb, and I would say that probably the distance from there is the same at the bottom as it is at the top. So this one here is the same as this one here at the bottom, okay? So I'm going to do that. And there's my next half ellipse or half circle. There we go. Now once we've done that, then we're going to join up all the sides. And you can look at your coloured image here to get the shape as accurate as you can. And then the sides are obviously going to be different. This one here comes way out at the side. Then it goes in here, has a wee kind of bit. And then it's the chocolate bit that juts out a wee bit. Same on this side, comes out a wee bit more. Then it comes in. And then it goes back out again. Okay. So that is the basic outline shape. That's your basic outline shape. So once you've got the basic outline shape sorted, then you're going to rub out your guidelines. So that's my next steps, rub out my guidelines. If you've drawn them lightly, then they'll rub out quite easily. If you lose any shape in your tunnocks tea cake, then you can draw it back in again. There we go. Okay, so that's us. So I'll put this out the way because we don't need that anymore. And we just need the coloured picture of the tunnocks tea cake. There we go. That's us. Now, you can make any adjustments to the shape, etc. What I think I might do is this part here, I might bring it down a wee bit. I think I should have exaggerated the curve of that a bit more because it's quite a thick area there. So I'm going to bring that down a wee bit more. There we go. That looks a bit more accurate. There we go. Right, okay, so that's how you get your basic outline sheet. So the next step is to start drawing your detail. Best place to start at the top and work your way down, okay? Now, when you're doing your star at the top, it's an 8-pointed star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is. It's an 8-pointed star. Now, on the photocopy that I have given you all, on the bottom left-hand side, there is an image of a square with a diamond inside, or a square that's turned the other way. And that allows you to get your 8-pointed star quite easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my square here, but I'm going to draw it quite large so it fits in. And then I've got my diamond shape that's in here, like that. So that's the easiest way to start it, and then you can go round the outside of the lines that you've drawn to properly create your 8-pointed star. So it's an easy and quick way to do it. What I'll do is I'll do it again in the top corner here. So do your square, then do your diamond inside, and then you can draw your spiky bits with the star going all the way around, okay? And then the best thing to do is to rub out all the wee bits that are inside. There we go. Again, if you draw lightly and you've got to rub anything out, then it becomes much easier to rub away rather than if you're drawing too heavily. I'm drawing heavily so that you can see it clearly on the whiteboard. But there we go. So there's our 8-pointed star, okay? Next thing is to do your lettering, which goes into this red area here. Now, the best thing to do is to draw a line for where the top of your lettering is, because your lettering doesn't go all the way to that silver circle, does it? It comes a wee bit further down. I'm just making that double thick, that circle, actually. So there's my lettering, and it doesn't go all the way to the bottom of that red bit either. So I want to get that in. And then we've got the word mallow here, and it stops about there. So I'm going to put a wee bit of a guideline there. And then tunnocks is upside down, and it goes to about there as well. And we've got space for an S, the K, the O, the N. Here we've got the W, the O, the L, L, A, and then it gets a bit mishmashed over there as well, okay? And then we've got the wee R, so I'm going to put the wee R in here. There we go. Doing everything double thick, because when we're actually painting it, we want to make sure that we can keep these bits white or silver. Then I've got my S, my upside down S. Again, I want to make everything double thick. Oh, I'm going to just... Okay, now we're going to move down on to this next bit here, the big bit, the silver bit. Now I'm not going to expect you to do these first 3 lines of lettering that have all the ingredients unless you want to. I'm going to show you how to do the Tunnocks Tea Cake Limited bit here at the bottom. So again, it doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so I'm going to draw a line for where the bottom of the lettering is. It takes up only about 1/3 of that whole silver space there. We've got Thomas, which takes from about there to about there, and then tunnock, which goes to about there. Okay, so we've got in tunnock there is 7 letters, and the middle one's the N. So the N's going to go about there, and then the O and the O, the C and the K, and then here we'll have the T, the U, the T, U and the N. I'll maybe move that over a wee bit, try and get it a bit more accurate. There we go. Okay. So here's the T, it's the top letter. Then we've got the U. Again, I'm doing my lettering thick because we're going to be painting this in red, so it needs to be double thick to allow you to be able to paint it in red when we get to that. Then we've got the O, and then we've got this, and then we've got limited, LTD. So we've got the space, and then we've got the L. And then you can go on and put the number 34 and old, whatever the road is. Then we've got Thomas here. We want a bit of a space here. If you put these guidelines in here for your letters, then you're not going to run out of space, etc. So I can only see part of the T because there's a bit of a fold that goes up there and then round. And then I can take more of the lettering around there. So that's my lettering done. What I can do is I can rub the guidelines away and bring this up so you can see it a wee bit better. So there's your lettering like that. So it's really good to be able to put a line across the top where your lettering is, a line across the bottom so that it's all the same height, and then spacing it out as best you can as well. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to move on to is doing our stripes. Now the stripes are not all straight up and down, as you can see from this here. We've got some that curve in and then they curve back out again. We've got some that overlap, etc. So you want to look carefully at the way the stripes work. So there we go. I've got some curves that curve in here. And there we have it. Basic outline shape of your Tunnocks tea cake. So next lesson you will learn how to start adding paint and tone and shading into your drawing.